Yo, what's going on guys, it is Fox98 here, welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2020 My Team career mode for you guys today here on the channel. We are here for the Monaco Grand Prix and hopefully you guys are as excited as I am to get going with this episode. So if you guys end up enjoying it, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new to as well as we make our way towards 20,000 subscribers. And as you can see, we're starting things off with the activity timelines. We're starting things off with a podium celebration party, which, spoilers alert, in the last episode, we went ahead and completed the Spanish Grand Prix, and we actually managed to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Now, that was obviously due to an AI bug or a major AI glitch in the game, and it did leave us asking some questions about what the hell's wrong with the AI in the game. This episode now for the Monaco Grand Prix is now being done on the new patch, and as you'll be able to see in very, very shortly, some interesting things happened over the course of the patch. So, yeah, we're going to have a look right now in just a memento. And you'll be able to see that we've moved up a little bit in the performance comparison chart thanks to patch 1.02. So, Codemasters, you've heard my cries. Forced career is not to be overlooked. And as you can see, I'm going through all of the stuff right now. And we've taken a little bit of a boost in some areas, which I'm really, really happy about. And there you can see, look at that on the performance comparison chart. We have now leapfrogged AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, and Haas, all by the space of just a patch. That's all that happened, and we are now officially right slap bang in the midfield of this career mode. So shout out to Cody's, right, for respecting the Koreans and giving us the blessing of being pushed further up the grid, so thanks for that. But yeah, obviously the patch 1.02 has been released, and obviously this was the first episode that I was recording it with that patch on. So obviously a lot of teams got nerfed and buffed here or there, which meant obviously my team got a cheeky little buff thanks to others' nerfs. And hopefully now we should be all clear of the timing glitches that we had over at the Spanish Grand Prix as well. Of course, we've got the new Williams livery in here as well. Mercedes livery, not done and dusted just yet. And as you can see, my engineer coming over to me and telling me some things about the track and making sure that he's very nice and polite or I'll sack him. Now, as we go in towards our first run then in Q1, I'll be honest, Monaco has never been a great circuit for me, apart from last year on F1 2019 was the first F1 game that I seriously clicked with Monaco. But on this occasion, on F1 2020, it took me a lot longer to get an understanding, to get a nice feel of the circuit. And as you can see, we come across Anthony No's corner and we gained over half a second off of that corner alone. That was all. And yeah, that was a very, very impressive lap time. And it's P15 then, so we just about get ourselves out of Q1 there with a very fortunate lap time. And I mean, I keep showing you guys the podium pass tiers and where I'm at. Obviously, that's going to completely change as I do different races and recordings and stuff like that. But we just scrape into Q2 in front of Kimi Räikkönen. Aiken, my teammate, misses out by 1/10 of a second there. So, yeah, bad luck for Jack. But for me, that is all good and dandy. We can make sure that we improve on that in qualifying. I was definitely struggling pretty much with the braking on the car. I had to make a couple of changes to the braking in order to help that. My first run in Q2, again, a cheeky bit of the step out of the back end of the car. Running a used set of soft tyres, because of course I used 2 new sets in Q1. I probably should have gone with a softer tyre strategy, give me 4 softs for qualifying. That definitely would have helped me out a lot, but I kind of didn't do that. My second flying lap then, you can see again getting so wayward on the exit of Anthony No's. I just couldn't put the power down when I wanted to, but we crossed the start-finish line though. Nonetheless, despite that error, it is P8, and it does mean then for the second race in succession, we are going to get through into Q3. So you can slowly but surely see that I'm beginning to get a nicer feel for the track. And obviously, you could tell the last corner really still struggling a bit. We're 9/10 of a second off of Valtteri Bottas, but I know where I need to improve, and there's a couple of little bits here and there that I could do with fine-tuning, but it's the last sector. Raskas and Anthony No's braking for me there was just very, very difficult. My first flying lap in Q3, we went on our used set of tyres that we used in Q1 and in Q2, so this lap was pretty much just a reference point. And if you're ever in a situation where you can only really do one run, I always recommend that you go out on a used set of tyres and just set a lap in. Because as you can see here, I'm green by 2.2 seconds, but for me, that's sort of motivational. I know that I'm up on my delta. I know that I'm going quicker, and it spurs you on a little bit. This time around, we finally get the last corner sorted. We make the sprint towards the start-finish line. So where are we going to start for the Monaco Grand Prix? It is going to be P6 then for the Monaco Grand Prix, and that I seriously cannot complain about. That's a great place to start for Monaco. And of course, track position is absolutely vital, and we're going to use that to our advantage, and hopefully we can pick up some points in this Grand Prix, as that's exactly what we really need to be doing here as we have a look again at my current tier. You can see it's Mercedes front row lockout ahead of Leclerc and Vettel, Verstappen, and then ourselves. We're only 1/100th shy of Verstappen, so that's a little bit frustrating, but hey ho. Albon then in 7th ahead of Ricciardo, Norris, and Sainz rounding off the top 10.
Performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
Well, for this one then, I just felt like the car really worked on track, so shout out to my chassis.
How do you feel about this team's performance this season?
I'm getting this a lot, actually, where she's asking about performance of other teams. So, I mean, I don't really know what's the right answer.
Appreciate your time.
Finally, she's actually satisfied that she got to talk with the man of myth, the legend himself. Nonetheless, though, in terms of the rivalry with myself and Pierre Gasly, it is up to 8-4 now in that rivalry. So we are pulling away ever so slightly, as our car now is theoretically actually faster than the AlphaTauri. So we kind of expected to just be a little bit quicker than them. But let's get into the race.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863. And, of course, a certain road race, first held here in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars climb around 40 metres up through Beau Rivage, onto the casino, and then descending down towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners here, 7 to the left and 11 to the right. There's one single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Why don't we talk about Ferrari? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen, Thomas, Albon, Ricciardo, Norris, and Carlos Sainz. Stroll, Kvyat, Esteban Ocon, and Perez. Raikkonen, Gasly, Jack Aitken, and Kevin Magnussen. Grosjean, Russell, Latifi, and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, so we're on the grid then to start the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's going to be a one-stop strategy then. So the soft to the medium compound tyres is what we're going to run, and I'm completely down to do that. So here we go then, on the grid to start this Monaco Grand Prix. P6 on the grid, 5 red lights, and it's lights out. Away we go here to start off this Monaco Grand Prix. It's actually been a great start from us here. We're going around the outside of Verstappen into turn 1. A beautiful launch there to get in front of the second Red Bull car, and up the hill now, up towards Massenet and Casino Square. We are now up into 5th place then. It is the Mercedes that lead out front from the 2 Ferraris. Myself and Verstappen line astern then as we go in towards this end of the first sector, now down in towards Mirabeau here, and we are behind Sebastian Vettel, who is in P4 in this Grand Prix as we go in towards the hairpin. I was thinking about maybe going for a little bit of a lunge there on Sebastian, but I thought it's only lap 1. There's 39 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Whether I've got the pace to even match Ferrari and Mercedes, we don't know yet. So I thought, let's be patient and bide my time and see what the pace is actually like compared to myself versus the 2 Ferraris. As we go in towards the Nouvelle chicane here, Verstappen might have a little look there, getting close though into the chicane, but not close enough as the Mercedes power unit is giving me much more boost than I needed there. On to lap 2 of the Grand Prix now. Speaking of my power unit, actually, for this Grand Prix weekend, I put back in the very old, our very first power unit, which was quite heavily worn, because of course it's Monaco. I don't need a lot of power, so yeah, that's something that we did do for this Grand Prix, just to give us a little bit of an aid there, in terms of using up a power unit that we don't necessarily need to use. So that's what we're doing here, but now as you can see, in towards the tunnel, Verstappen once again getting very, very close to the rear of the car. He's having a look towards the inside line here, but unfortunately, again, too far back. Unfortunately for Verstappen, he's going to have to really go for it in towards there. Get a brilliant exit out of Portier if he's going to make anything work for him. Lap 6 of the Grand Prix, and as you can clearly see now, we're pretty much sort of settling into where we're probably going to finish around. Around about, you can see here the two Mercedes cars have shot off into the distance. Both Ferraris then slotting in behind, and then you can see there's a little bit of a queue now forming behind myself. Again, I really do struggle on this game, especially to really get going with my soft tyres. It's when I make my first pit stop that I really feel comfortable, but this is a great opportunity for Verstappen. He got a beautiful exit out of Portier. Now, going in towards the Nouvelle chicane. Again, though, we've just got the straight line speed to cover him off, and then we'll just take our racing line and crack on with it again. But now to lap 7 of the Grand Prix. That was a corner cut into turn 1. Not sure why I didn't get a warning there, but oh well, tough luck. Now we're going up in towards Massenet here, and as you can see now we're going through, and Verstappen, there's a big contact though between myself and Verstappen, and we've lost our front right tyre, and that is race over for the Monaco Grand Prix in such weird circumstances there. And we're going to have a little look on board as we speed through here. So as we go towards, look at that, we go into, Max, what the hell are you doing, mate? Genuinely, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm going to show it from a little bit further back so you can truly see what happens here. But so here we go then. So we're going up the hill now in towards Casino Square and Massenet here. So I actually take a wider line through here just to try and set myself up a little bit more. Verstappen there, he just goes for a gap that literally just was not there. Like, why would you even try and make an overtake through there? I don't quite understand. Here's it with Verstappen then. So let's have a look. So he's currently got the slipstream here, so he's doing a nice job. But now as we go in towards here, you can see that we go a little bit wide, but there's no space there. Like, why would you even think of going for an overtake in that spot? That is literally the clumsiest thing you could possibly think of. And annoyingly for me, yeah, that's race over. It sucks, man. It really does suck. I definitely was struggling versus Verstappen, but, I mean, Max couldn't find a way past me, but it looks like he found a way past the Koreans. Just smash them off the circuit, and that'll do that, obviously. Yeah, really, really disappointing. I could have easily used a flashback. I mean, I do have flashbacks enabled, mainly only for practice, just so I can push the boundaries a little bit, but I don't use them in the race. I thought, you know, that kind of proves it there. I could have easily just flashbacked and just edited all that stuff out, but that's not who I am. We got hit off the Grand Prix circuit. We got hit off the circuit. It is what it is. Yeah, that sucks then. But unfortunately, it's a DNF here at Monaco then. Valtteri Bottas wins the Monaco Grand Prix ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and then Sebastian Vettel rounds off the podium. So, yeah, all high flyers for Mercedes, but unfortunately, that's going to be our first DNF of our career mode. And annoyingly, it was due to the fault of somebody else. You could put it in the comment section down below if you thought it was my fault, but I don't know why you'd think that, because I'll get my entire army on you. But apart from that, you know, feel free to honestly put your opinions. No, but like in seriousness, so like, I don't know. There's no space there at all. Anyway, I took a slightly wider line, which I guess he tried to invite himself to. I didn't really get any. I got a little bit of understeer, but I counted that to change my line. The only advantage that I do get from this is Verstappen, you can see there, finished in P11, which meant that at least he didn't score anything either. So, as well as my race was completely ruined, his race was completely ruined because he had to make a stop for a new front wing, couldn't get through the traffic and fought his way back up to P11 and didn't score any points. So, I guess I'm satisfied in that respect that nothing went his way either. So, as you can see in the Drivers' Championship, Vettel leads Leclerc by 8 points. Bottas now Vettel leads Leclerc by 2 points. Bottas 8 points back. Ferrari and Mercedes in a league of their own in this season. You can see that Alex Albon behind Lewis Hamilton. In the Constructors' Championship then, it is Ferrari ahead of Mercedes with Red Bull, and then our Force Koreans, unfortunately, being closed down by McLaren, which sucks. Another thing which sucks is the team acclaim and the rivalry breakdown here, because Gasly is now tied with me on 8 points each as we failed to do anything. And then in the team acclaim, of course, it was a DNF and a low scoring finish for Jack, which does mean that unfortunately it is only going to be like literally an inkling of stuff. Another thing which is really going to give us a hit is going to be the budget and the finances from this race. We got nothing from the sponsor payout, and we only get 50,000 from overall cash, which does mean we literally come out with practically nothing. So even though Verstappen didn't score any points, which I'm satisfied with, we took a massive hit in every single area, with it being the budget, with it being the finance, the sponsor income, the team acclaim, and the rivalry. So that really, really damaged us in that Grand Prix, and I'm really kind of really angry about it, because, you know, if it was, you know, I'm down for, you know, normal collisions, which is just both fault, but you just don't go for a move like that, you know, which sucks. But as you can see then, unfortunately, we do take the hit. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for this Monaco Grand Prix. Hopefully you guys did, well, I guess, yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. And, of course, we're going to be looking to bounce back with big vengeance for the next race in Azerbaijan. And then we've also got a lot of good tracks, actually, for me, traditionally on F1 games. Azerbaijan, I'm really good at, I think. Canada, I love. France is okay. Austria, I love. Silverstone, I love. So we've got a good set of tracks that we can work to. And I believe we're going to make an upgrade to the powertrain to allow the build time to be quicker. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Take care all. Peace.